Listen carefully, because what you wear is not just cloth on skin. It is a signal. It is a message. It is a broadcast you send before you speak, before you shake a hand, before you ask for favor, before money, chances, and respect move toward you or move away. Most people think getting dressed is small. It is not small. It is a daily decision that shapes how you carry yourself, how people read your presence, and how your own mind enters the day. Some colors lift your energy, some colors dull it. Some colors make you feel open, clean, clear, and ready. Others quietly pull you down, drain your edge, and wrap your day in heaviness before it even begins. And almost nobody notices it happening. That is the danger. They call it style. They call it taste. They call it normal. But then they keep feeling blocked, unseen, delayed, and tired for reasons they cannot explain. So stay with me, because in this script, I am going to show you the colors that silently close doors, the colors that help you feel brighter and more trusted, and the simple reset you can use even if your closet is already full of the wrong things. Watch to the end, because the last part may change the way you dress every single morning. And yes, one of these colors is the one many people wear almost every day without thinking twice. Most people walk into a store and think they're choosing a shirt, a jacket, a dress, or a pair of trousers. They think they are picking something that fits the body, matches the season, or looks good in the mirror. But clothing does more than cover the body. It shapes mood. It shapes presence. It can make a person look alive or faded, warm or distant, grounded or trapped. Every shade carries a feeling. Every texture speaks. Every outfit creates an atmosphere around you before you say a single word. That is why some people enter a room and the energy opens for them, while others enter with equal talent and somehow disappear into the background. You may think your problem is only money, timing, luck, or connections. But sometimes the issue begins much earlier, in the way you present your energy to the world. There are certain colors that can make you look closed off, tired, heavy, or unstable, even when you are gifted and prepared. And there are other colors that create a feeling of light, calm, trust, and movement. That difference matters more than most people admit. If your clothes are telling the world that you are buried, confused, or at war, do not be shocked when your day reflects that same message back at you. Stay with this, because the next part gets very specific, and one simple change can make your whole wardrobe feel different without you needing to buy an entirely new life overnight. I once spoke with a man who was highly skilled, sharp, and hard-working. He did everything right on paper. He showed up early. He knew his field. He solved problems faster than everyone around him. But somehow every major opportunity seemed to slide past him. Promotions went to others. Important people looked through him. Meetings lost energy the moment he began to speak. He felt invisible. When I looked at the way he dressed, I noticed something immediately. He wore a steady pattern of flat, lifeless shades that made him look weighed down before he even opened his mouth. Nothing about him signaled movement, freshness, or possibility. He was dressing like someone holding the world on his back, so I told him to change the signal. Not his personality, not his skills, the signal. He changed a few key colors, brought in cleaner tones, better contrast, and shades that reflected more light instead of swallowing it. Within weeks, people started responding differently, not because he became someone else, but because he finally stopped muting his own presence. That is the deeper point here. Your clothes can support your energy or betray it. They can quietly help your confidence rise, or they can keep dragging your spirit into a smaller version of yourself. The wrong colors can make your effort feel heavy. The right ones can make your effort land. And if you have ever felt like life keeps dimming your strongest qualities, then you need to hear the next part very closely, because the first color to watch out for is one people defend more than any other. The first color to be careful with is dull, flat black. Not every dark shade is bad. Not every black item must vanish from your closet, but pure, heavy, lifeless black from head to toe can create a feeling of shut doors and swallowed light. People wear it because it feels easy, safe, slim, formal, powerful. But flat black can also make your presence feel sealed off. It absorbs everything and gives very little back. When someone wears too much of that kind of black all the time, it can create an impression of distance, grief, pressure, or emotional armor. It can make a person look like they are hiding rather than shining. If you want growth, movement, fresh income, better conversations, and warmer opportunities, you do not want to look like a locked room. You want some life in the signal. That is why many people who understand presentation choose softer, dark tones instead, like midnight blue, deep charcoal, or black with texture, sheen, layering, or contrast. Those shades still look serious, but they breathe, they reflect, they move. If your closet is full of flat black pieces, do not panic. You do not need to throw everything away tonight, but start breaking the wall. Add white near the face, add blue, add warm accents, add texture. Stop dressing every ordinary day like a permanent funeral. If your energy has been feeling stuck and you keep reaching for flat black again and again, ask yourself a simple question. Are you dressing for life or are you dressing to disappear? Be honest, because the second color may be even more quietly draining. The second color to watch is dull, muddy brown, the kind that looks dry, tired, dusty, and worn out before the day even starts. Rich earth tones can be beautiful when they feel warm, deep, and alive. But dead brown, flat brown, and heavy dirt-like shades can make a person feel trapped in toil. It carries the feeling of labor without reward, movement without lift, work without joy. It is the color of staring down at the ground for too long. And when your wardrobe keeps repeating that message, your mindset can begin to repeat it too. You stop scanning for possibilities. You stop noticing open doors. You become more likely to focus only on bills, pressure, tasks, and survival. That is why these shades can quietly pull down your creative edge. They anchor your attention low. They make you look burdened instead of capable. If the brown in your closet feels dry, muddy, and lifeless, it may be giving your whole presence a tired frame. That does not mean every tan, camel, cocoa, or bronze piece is wrong. Not at all. The key is warmth and life. A living brown can feel rich. A dead brown feels like dust. Learn the difference. If a color makes you look more exhausted than grounded, more buried than stable, it is not serving you. And there is one more category people get wrong all the time because they confuse loudness with power. This next one grabs attention, yes, but not always the kind of attention you want. The third color to be careful with is artificial neon and fluorescent shades used too aggressively. Bright highlighter yellow, harsh electric green, sharp glowing pink, extreme synthetic orange. These colors shout. They flash, they demand a reaction, and sometimes that can work for a stage, a warning sign, or a quick visual moment. But when your goal is steady trust, calm authority, and lasting opportunity, chaos colors can make you feel unstable. They create noise around your presence. Instead of drawing people in, they can push people into alert mode. You may think you are looking bold, but what others feel is pressure. What you think is energy may come across as agitation. Too much neon can make your image feel scattered, overextended, and hard to settle around. That matters in business. It matters in relationships. It matters in any room where trust needs to grow before doors open. If your clothing looks like it is screaming, people often protect themselves before they connect with you. And when that happens, even your good ideas have a harder time landing. Strong presence is not the same as visual chaos. Attention is not the same as respect. So if your closet is full of those artificial buzzing shades, start scaling them back. Use them in tiny doses if you must, but do not let them dominate your signal. Because the goal is not to shock the room. The goal is to hold the room. And now that we have covered the colors that can block flow, let's shift into the shades that create openness, trust, brightness, and momentum. If you want your wardrobe to feel cleaner, lighter, and more supportive, begin with white. White reflects. White opens. White gives the face light. It creates an impression of freshness, simplicity, and clarity. When worn well, it says you are not hiding. You are present. You are clean in your intention. You are ready. A white shirt, a soft white blouse, white linen, cream near the face, or even a clean white accent can change the energy of an outfit immediately. It brightens your presence and gives people something clear to connect with. White also pairs beautifully with darker tones, which means you do not need to become a different person overnight. You simply need to let more light into the frame. The second strong color is royal blue, not a tired gray blue, but a deeper, richer blue that feels calm, steady, and quietly powerful. This color suggests trust, thoughtfulness, and control without coldness. It helps people feel safe with you. It often reads as grounded, capable, and mentally clear. That is a strong combination anywhere decisions are made. Then comes warm gold or saffron yellow, not neon, not harsh, but warm sunlight tones that feel rich, awake, and life-giving. These shades can add warmth, optimism, and a subtle sense of value. A tie, scarf, pocket square, blouse detail, jewelry tone, or small accent is enough. You do not need to wear the whole sun. Just carry a little of its warmth. And yes, the right mix matters. Too much of any color can become costume. The goal is balance, not drama. Now let's deal with the reality most people face. What if your closet is already full of the wrong shades? What if you do not have the money, time, or desire to rebuild everything at once? Then do not rebuild it all at once. Reset it. Start with what you have. Clear out the pieces that feel dead, heavy, or emotionally loaded. If something always reminds you of failure, stress, rejection, or a season when you felt crushed, stop forcing yourself to wear it just because it still fits. Clothing holds memory in a very practical way. You associate it with versions of yourself. So if an item makes you feel smaller the second you touch it, it is costing more than it is worth. Air out your wardrobe. Clean it. Organize it. Remove broken, stained, overworn pieces that drag down your whole visual field. Then create simple combinations that feel more alive. Add one white shirt, one better blue piece, one warm accent, one cleaner dark option with texture instead of flat heaviness. You can also reset the way you dress emotionally. Stop getting ready while complaining. Stop standing in front of the mirror rehearsing fear. Stop treating your clothes like armor for another miserable day. Dress with intention. Dress like you expect to be seen. Dress like you are available for better outcomes. That matters. People underestimate how much their inner conversation gets stitched into the way they carry an outfit. If you keep dressing from stress, your wardrobe starts speaking stress for you. Change that pattern, and the same closet can begin to feel like a different life. There is also one more color worth handling carefully: deep blood red used in a hard, aggressive way. A touch of red can be strong. It can show passion, confidence, movement, and fire. But heavy, severe red without any balancing softness can create tension fast. It can put people on defense. It can make your image feel confrontational before the conversation even starts. If you are walking into a delicate meeting, a serious negotiation, a moment that requires ease and trust, that kind of red can trigger resistance rather than respect. You do not always need to dominate the room. Sometimes you need the room to soften. Sometimes you need people to feel safe enough to agree with you, not challenged enough to resist you. So if you love red, use it wisely. Temper it with white, blue, softer neutrals, or small accents instead of turning your whole image into a warning signal. This is where maturity in style begins, not in following rigid rules, but in understanding emotional effect. What feeling does your outfit create in you? What feeling does it create in others? Does it invite conversation or conflict? Does it create steadiness or pressure? The best wardrobes are not just attractive, they are strategic. They help your energy arrive in the room the way you actually want to be experienced. And if that idea is hitting home, stay with me, because the next part is where a lot of hidden power lives, not just what you wear, but how you put it on and how you begin the day inside it. The way you dress each morning can become a kind of mental programming. If you throw on clothes carelessly, rush through the mirror, and start your day already annoyed, scattered, and half defeated, that feeling often follows you out the door. So create a better rhythm. Start with order. Choose your outfit with calm instead of panic. Let your first layer feel comfortable and clean. Let your best color sit where it actually supports your face and posture. Keep your pockets clean. Empty out old receipts, trash, wrappers, and dead clutter. It sounds small, but cluttered pockets often reflect a cluttered signal. Your clothing should support clarity, not carry yesterday's mess. When you fasten your belt, straighten your collar, tie your scarf, button your cuff, or lace your shoes, do it with awareness. Remind yourself that you are stepping into a day that can open, not just a day to survive. That one shift changes more than people think. You are no longer dressing like prey. You are dressing like someone prepared to meet the day with presence. And here is a detail most people miss. Repetition builds identity. If every morning you dress in colors that make you feel clean, steady, and alive, your mind starts expecting better interactions. Your body language changes, your eye contact changes, your speech sharpens, your patience improves. You stop looking apologetic for existing, you start looking ready. That does not happen from one dramatic outfit. It happens from repeated alignment. Day after day, choice after choice. That is where the real transformation begins. And if you want to take this even further, build a simple system around your closet so your clothes work for you instead of confusing you. Keep your strongest combinations visible. Put your best white, best blue, and best warm accents where you can reach them fast. Separate the heavy pieces from the uplifting ones so you can actually feel the difference when you choose. If an outfit makes you stand taller, breathe easier, and feel more clear-headed, pay attention to that. That is useful information. If another one always makes you feel hidden, tired, or cold, stop pretending it is neutral. It is not neutral if it keeps lowering your state. This is not about superstition. It is about influence. Colors influence mood. Presentation influences response. Repetition influences identity. And identity influences results. That is why this matters. You do not need a luxury closet. You do not need expensive labels. You do not need 50 outfits. You need awareness. You need better selection. You need the courage to stop wearing what pulls your spirit down just because it is familiar. If you made it this far, here is the challenge. After this, go to your closet and remove one piece that feels dead, flat, muddy, or emotionally heavy. Then choose one piece that feels clear, clean, and alive. Put it where tomorrow's version of you can reach it first. That is how change starts, not with talk, with action, small action, real action. And once you start dressing like your life can open, do not be surprised when people begin to look at you differently, speak to you differently, and invite you into spaces that once felt closed. So remember the core idea: do not let your wardrobe become a silent weight on your energy. Be careful with flat black that swallows your light, muddy brown that drags your focus into struggle, and neon chaos that makes your presence feel unstable. Use white to brighten and open your signal. Use royal blue to build trust and calm strength. Use warm gold or saffron accents to bring life, warmth, and a sense of value. Handle hard red with wisdom. Clean your closet. Clear your pockets. Stop dressing from emotional exhaustion. Start dressing with intention. Make your clothes support your direction instead of quietly fighting against it. And one more thing before you leave this behind: do not expect one good outfit to fix a careless life. Let this become a practice. Let your mornings become cleaner. Let your choices become sharper. Let your image begin to match the future you say you want. Because when your outer signal and inner direction finally start moving together, things begin to shift. People notice. Opportunities feel less random. Your confidence stops flickering. And that is when getting dressed stops being a routine and starts becoming part of your momentum. If this message connected with you, keep the lesson simple tomorrow morning. Choose light over heaviness, clarity over dullness, and intention over habit. That one decision repeated enough times can change more than a closet. It can change the way you walk into your entire life.